welcome to Padma Yoga. Thanks for joining us. We're going to be exploring the natural element air, the dynamic, changing, constantly moving quality of air in our practice, in our bodies, in our minds, and in our lives as well. Today we're going to look at the Sanskrit word Aatmaa. This word means your true, authentic self, Aatma. So please stay around for that. We'll also be looking at the feature poses of Warrior 3. So it'll be a good show today. Thanks for joining. And let's get going with the warm-ups with Tanya and Paulina. Standing square on your feet. Just start to roll the shoulders a little bit and loosen up. Let the hips be relaxed, the knees be soft. Now let's take the right arm up in big circles around the back. Nice big round circles. And focus on what's going on in the whole shoulder girdle, the back, the scapula, the neck, and the ribs. Nice big circle. Now let's try left arm up and back. Breathing, feel the breath move throughout all these warm-ups. And again. Nice, one more. And now take the right hand over to the left for a twist and to the other side. And left and right, twice more. Just allow the shoulders to be loose, the neck to be loose, arms swing, nice. Now let's take the right hand down to the hip and keep your knees bent a little bit, softly moving. Start to flow here, a nice easy rotation. And now going to go down, right hand to the knee, down, and left hand, big swings. Loosen up your back, loosen up the hips, knees, a couple more here. Keep the ankles soft. Excellent. Now we're going to come up to the hips again. Just let the back be loose and easy, ribs move, and the shoulders. Feel the blood going into your fingertips a bit. Let them fly. All right, nice. Okay, back to center. Let's bring the hands together, interlace your fingers and stretch the arms, lifting up. Drop your ear over to one side. Exhale. Back to center, ear to the other side. And exhale. Now back to center, look up at the ceiling and open your mouth, big wide open lion face. And back to center, nice. Bring your hands to prayer in the middle and open arms, breathe in and breathe out. Contract your stomach as you breathe in. Breathe in as you open. Breathe out as you pull back. Breathe in, pushing the palms away. Breathe out as you draw the belly in. 3 more times. Big inhales. Feel the air around you. Exhale. Big inhale. Move the air with your arms. Exhale. Last time. Big inhale. And exhale. Hands in prayer, standing. Please come right back after this for our feature pose, Warrior 3. Welcome back to Padma Yoga. Thanks for joining us. We're going to be doing Warrior 3. So let's start from a mountain pose. Just find yourself standing steady, balanced on 2 feet, and you can bring both hands up over your head and either interlace the fingers or keep the palms facing each other, stretch tall through the arms and reach up and try to feel the length of your spine here. So press the tailbone down, pull the ribs in, lengthen the back of your neck and really feel the length of that spine. Now as you shift your weight onto your left foot, the right foot just touches back. And really keep the stretch between the hand and the foot as you tip forwards. You You can go to any pose, either deeper or lower. You can go right down to 90 degrees if you want, then coming back up. And step forward to mountain. Relax your arms for a second. Let's try the other side. Reach up with both hands. The idea is to really stretch long through the spine here. The left foot touches back. Breathe in, and just at the seat, at the tailbone, pivot. Try to keep your hips squared, arms reaching, foot points down to the ground or back, and lift up again. Touch and step back to mountain pose. So just do whichever version feels good to you. You can actually even reach out and touch a chair or tabletop or anything to balance on while you're practicing this. Now let's try from Warrior One. So hands down by your sides at mountain. Take your right foot back and just sink into a nice lunge here, just a gentle lunge. Sinking deep, you can put your hands on your hips and just rock the chest forward into a bit of a bow. And lifting up, you can sweep the hands forwards again into Warrior Three pose. And hands come back to hips as you step back, and then step it up forward to mountain pose again. Again, just make your own way with this. From mountain, now the left foot steps back into a bit of a lunge. You can sink down and let the chest rock forward, and then let the hands just swoop down and up as you come to Warrior Three again. Let the chest drop, arms reach. The back foot is straight. Focus on the floor. And the hands come back to your hips as you step back and then forward to mountain pose again. Again, work on this as much as you can with balancing against tables or things, and eventually that will develop strength in your legs and back. Now let's go into some dog and pigeon stretches. So hands together, reach up. Exhale, big bow forwards. Nice, stepping back to dog stretch. Right back into a wonderful dog. Open the hands and feet. Let the head drop down. Push through the arms, reach the chest towards the toes. Lift up the pelvis into the air. Press and breathe. Now let's take the right foot straight back, toe keeps pointed at the floor, so the hips are parallel. Now we're going to swing that right foot forward to pigeon, so the knee comes forward, and then slide that left leg way back behind. Lifting up, try to keep your hips squared right towards the front, so hips and shoulders are squared. And if you want, just lean down, relax into the elbows a bit. This is just a nice deep hip stretch. Breathing in, breathing out. Again, try to press that hip down towards the floor to really square the back up. Now lifting up, tuck your back foot and step back to dog. Now the left foot picks up and goes straight back, toe points at the floor. Again, reach through both arms, don't collapse in the upper body. And then the left foot comes forward, across, send the right leg straight back. And keep that right foot flexed to protect the ankle. Right hip presses towards the floor, and then sinking down onto your elbows. Just relax here and breathe a bit. Keep pressing that right hip down to really get a good deep low back stretch. Nice, and lifting up. Reach up, open the chest up. Let's step back to dog, stretch one more time. Tuck the back toe, step back to dog. And just pulse the heels here. Left heel goes down, right heel goes down. Let the elbows bend now too. We'll call this walking the dog. So we're just really leaning into this. Let the shoulders go, the elbows go, and the hips and knees and ankles. A couple more times, really loosen up the back of the hips and legs. And then up on tippy toes, land lightly on your knees. And settle into child pose, just sitting right down, head down. You can make fists with your hands. Drop the forehead down or right down lower. Try to get the hips right down onto your heels. Pressing down the low back. Relax all those warriors you've just been doing. Now let yourself settle deeply into a resting pose. See if you can count 5 breaths in a row in this child pose right now. Feel the entire body inhale and exhale. Tune into that breath in your body. This is a really great pose too in child to just take a look at what's going on in the mind space. The element of air, which is so affiliated with the mind. When you're in child, just allow yourself to observe. What's going on in the mind now? Am I agitated? Am I able to just let go of everything and relax? Thanks very much. Please come back right after this. We'll explore the word Aatmaa. Padma Yoga. Today we're looking at the Sanskrit word Aatma. It's one of the most key words in yogic philosophy, the idea, the concept of Atma. This word actually names that essence of ourself, that spirit. Atma can be translated as the spirit or the true, authentic self. So as a yogi, when you practice, when you meditate or do your yoga practice, or even just watching in your mind's awareness, you're aware that there is a certain amount of transient, moving, always changing element to yourself. But there's also a part which is always present, that actual self, that self which never changes. You can connect with this Atma simply by practicing a technique called neti neti. It means not this, not that. So as you examine yourself, you think, okay, am I this forever? And if not, you can let that go. Am I this forever? If not, then let that go. So in a process of elimination, you continue your search for that essential you, that Atma, that spirit of your life which is always present, which is never changing, doesn't change by your age, by your status, by anything at all. That you which is always present and always has been since your birth. That Atma is the life force. And when you become, as an accomplished yogi, as a practiced yogi, established in that, you become awastha, you become established in the Atma. It's a place of total non-duality. It's a place of constant clarity in yourself, constant brightness, that sattvic intelligence, a place beyond need, beyond any kind of desire or attachment. Your true essential self is the Atma. Let's find out how this now can be found in our yoga practice as well. Some standing stretch now. So just take one foot back, straight behind you, and hands on the hips, legs super straight, reach forward. So you're just tipping at the seat, tipping at the pelvis. Try to keep your back super flat as you go down. Imagine the shoulders squared, the hips squared. You can stop and just look straight at your toe if you want to, and just hold there, or go straight right down as far as you can possibly reach, right to the floor. And again, in this yoga poses, always bring your attention back to finding that in yourself, which is always present. As you come up now, gently bend the knees and step forward. Now we're going to just stand tall and take the other foot back. Again, with legs super straight, square the hips, and a forward fold, looking right down at the floor or right down towards the knee if you want. Try to keep the back very flat. Steady breathing. And just focusing always on that internal space, which is not changing. Coming up, bend the knees, step forward, and relax in your mountain pose. Nice long backbone. Now reaching up over the head with the arms. Back bend. And forward dive down, bowing right down to the floor. And step back to a dog stretch. Reach into your dog stretch. Take a few nice big breaths here. And the right foot lifts up and swings forward to a pigeon. And now from here, from pigeon, we can very easily just roll right into seated postures. Just roll onto your seat and bring the legs straight forwards. Dandasana. Sitting very tall, push through the heels, toes up, and lift up tall through your spine. Imagine that you're sitting squarely on both seat bones. Your back is as tall as a tree, like mountain pose or tree pose, standing super tall on the floor. I love this pose because you feel like you're just sitting simply naturally as yourself. You can even lean against a wall. You can just practice leaning against a wall, feet straight out, and feel that pure simplicity of simply sitting. Now reaching up with both arms, and then forward fold again, the back flat as you can, and just go down as far as you feel comfortable. So you can reach, maybe only reach to your knees, your calves, your ankles, and then let the head bow down to wherever you feel good. And just breathing long into your spine. Again, this pose is wonderful, forward fold. It's a very supplicating pose. It's bowing down, surrendering, and just bringing the attention inward to that essence of yourself, that knowledge of yourself inside. Curling very slowly back up. Let's bring now the right foot into the thigh. And one more time, lift up tall and reach forward for the left foot. Push your knees down, open the hips, breathe in, breathe out. And lifting up again, change legs, switching over. Left foot comes in, head to knee, press the knees down as you reach forward with the chest towards your toes. Breathing in, breathing out. Where is your attention? Are you actually aware of yourself in this pose? Sitting up gently, Dandasana, legs out straight. Sit tall in yourself, sit tall in your authentic you. Be relaxed in that natural space. We'll see you right back after this for our meditation. Welcome back to Padma Yoga. We've been exploring the natural element of air, that dynamic movement of air. This also refers a lot to the nature of our human mind. So the natural element of air relates to our natural power of the mind. And just as in air, there's turbulence, there's winds, there's storms, the same thing happens in the mind, that sometimes there's a lot of thinking, there's a lot of movement and dynamism. In the sky, there are clouds that pass through of all different shapes. Same in the mind, the thoughts, the emotions, the concepts pass through of all different shape and form. So as we acknowledge that the mind has this similar quality of air, of constant dynamism and infinite change of form, we can observe it more objectively and acknowledge its nature, not expect the mind to be still. We don't expect the sky, the wind to be still. And same, the mind is always moving, always blowing, always creating new shapes and forms. When the sky does become still, though, there is that wind that stops, and in that stillness, sometimes we can hear more clearly. The same thing in the mind. When the waves of the mind get stilled for just a moment, we can notice that essential self that we always are, underlying, always there, and we can perceive that Atma directly, that self. So now let's sit in meditation and close the eyes today in your meditation. Simply sitting with us, sit comfortably, and take a minute just to shut your eyes and take your mind's attention inward to a place of stillness. Try to imagine that at the middle of all of the movement, there's an eye in the center of the storm. There's a quiet place. You can find your true, still self right there, always present. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again next time on Padma Yoga.